Advanced telecommunications and high-power lasers depend on single-crystal oxides. Growing these crystals requires melting raw materials at temperatures exceeding 1400 degrees Celsius. This process relies entirely on iridium crucibles due to their extreme thermal resistance. However, global iridium supply is highly inelastic because it is recovered only as a minor byproduct of platinum mining. This rigid supply has collided with a massive clean energy demand shock. Iridium demand for proton exchange membrane electrolyzers grew from 200 kilograms in 2018 to 2,400 kilograms in 2024. This rapid expansion directly cannibalized the allocation available for electronics crucibles. Consequently, average spot prices surged from $1,280 to $4,800 per troy ounce. Crystal growers cannot easily substitute iridium with alternative metals. Refractory metals like tungsten and molybdenum melt at high temperatures, but oxidize catastrophically above 500 degrees Celsius. This makes them useless in the oxygen-rich atmospheres required to prevent melt dissociation. Platinum and rhodium either melt too low or contaminate the crystal melt through severe volatilization. This leaves iridium as the sole viable material for high-temperature oxide growth. A standard 150 mm crucible requires 10 kilograms of high-purity iridium. At 2024 prices, this represents an upfront capital cost of over $1,500,000 per station. Furthermore, these crucibles degrade via chemical sublimation, losing up to 0.3% of their mass per run. This degradation forces operators into frequent, highly expensive chemical refining and recasting cycles. This critical material bottleneck is highly concentrated geographically. South Africa controls 83% of global iridium mine production. This concentrates systemic risk within a single region exposed to electrical grid instability and labor disputes. A disruption at the Bushveld igneous complex immediately halts the downstream supply chain. Refining capacity is similarly consolidated. European and South African refiners control 84% of high-purity output. This means environmental regulatory shifts or trade restrictions in just 2 jurisdictions can freeze the supply of 99.99% pure iridium. The physical supply chain for next-generation telecommunications and power electronics remains tethered to this single, fragile processing node.